Hi everyone, welcome. I just come up with a poor internet connection, so I'm hoping I'm not going to have any troubles tonight, but it's not starting off well. For everyone that's watching this is the replay, my name is Tracy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Central Victoria, Australia, and I'm so glad to have you here tonight. I go live every Thursday, Australian time, 5 o'clock, so hopefully you can join me regularly. Okay, so I've got someone on, that's good. Now I broke my light the week before last, actually had a different light last week. And I've got my husband's outdoor working light and it's really bright. So I'm struggling, I'm seeing like white dots in front of my eyes. I'm getting a new light, hopefully, I think it's this weekend, so that'll be really great. Hi Marianne, how are you? How's your week? Hi Jeanette. Thank you so much. I haven't got in touch with you today yet. I received your card today and I'm showing it. What a lovely card and note that you put in. Thank you so much. That's so nice. So if you're popping on, please pop on and say hi. I love to see who's watching and who's enjoying the videos. So I'm really excited for tonight's video too. We're using a new product from the annual catalogue. It is the Lovely You bundle, and I've been champing at the bit to try and use this bundle. So I'm actually casing some cards this week, so very excited. Very calm today, Bowen therapy. Oh, well, hopefully your back's all right. That's no good. Oh, that's lovely, Jeanette. How's everyone's weather been? It was a very cold and foggy morning here this morning, and then we had a really cold afternoon, so it's definitely starting to get into some wintry weather, which is lovely. I do like the wintry weather, and I think we're going to have some rain next Monday, so that'll be really good too. Hi Sandy, how's your week been? I did get out of my work jumper before, but I've got a daggy old long sleeve shirt underneath, so that's going to keep popping out anyway. So hopefully everyone's had a really great week. I've just been flat out, but yeah, I've got some new changes coming up with my blog and YouTube channel next month, so I'm really excited. We're getting closer and closer to June, so that's going to be great. The washing doesn't dry as quick. No, it doesn't, Jeanette. And luckily I've got a really big lounge room and it's a Chinese laundry. Looks pretty bad. Excellent, Sandy, you're well. Very overcast early morning but beautiful days. Yeah, we had a really nice day today, but it come across really overcast this afternoon and cold. It's really cold today actually, but that's okay. We'll get used to it as it gets closer and closer to winter. Every time I look down and look back up, I'm looking at these lights, so if I look dazed and confused, it's the lights, I promise. You'll miss them, absolutely. Okay, so I was lucky enough to get a couple of rack cards this week, so that was really exciting. So I'll be showing those in a minute. The new catalogue launches next week on the 3rd of June, so that's so exciting. Very dark clouds at the moment. Last time I looked, we had dark clouds too, so I don't think we're going to get any rain though, but that'll be lovely. Jeanette has a lovely fire going. We don't have a fire, but I think we'll probably put the gas heater on tonight because, yeah, it's a little chilly. But the lovely fire, how nice would it be to sit in front of a fire? The problem is with fires, it takes too much effort for the wood and cleaning. I like my gas heater. What else has been going on? I did write a few things down. So beginner brochures, if you're new to Stamping Up, this beginner brochure, which will become live on the 3rd of June, same time that the catalogue comes out, it's got some really great sets inside. If you're new to Stamping Up or new to stamping and you would like to see one of these brochures, let me know, I'll send one out. There's some really great sets in here. You can get some kits and purchase the stamp set and the little inks, and yeah, there's one set in here actually. It's Cute Fruit, I think is the name of it. it's amazing. I really like it. It's going to be a lot of fun to play with. So I will be buying that one and I'll be showing you that one. But it's a really great beginner brochure. So if you're interested, let me know. John does all that. Oh, that's all right then. You've got a lovely husband that does all the hard work. Does he go and get the wood though too? Or do you get the wood delivered? Because I grew up going and getting wood, and yeah, I wouldn't want to do it now. I'm probably a little bit lazier now than when I was younger too. Well, as we do. So, like I said before, I've gotten 2 rack cards this week and actually received them this morning. This is the first one from Nancy. Really sweet card. This is a gorgeous Poppy Designer Series paper. Jeanette goes out and buys it. Yeah. It's actually getting harder and harder to get wood too. We've got a couple of people in the area that go out and get the wood and sell the wood, and it is really hard to start, to keep getting that wood. It's getting in short supply. Hi Deidre, welcome. But it was a fun day out. It absolutely was. Lots of hard work, but lots of fun out too. So this is a gorgeous card, and then got this gorgeous one from Jeanette, and it's a fun fold card. So isn't that amazing? I think I'm going to case this card, Jeanette. Absolutely love it. And the Magnolia, is it Lane DSP? So really, really cute. And the stitched, I was going to say rectangle, but they're not. I'm not sure what that is now. Jeanette, do you know what that one is? Too many funny words. But yeah, I'm definitely going to case that. It is pretty, absolutely. So, thank you so much. That was really nice. And Jeanette even did the envelope. So I opened it from the side because I didn't want to wreck it. So pretty. Hi, Shelley. Oh no, you're not too late. I've only just started, so I've just shown 2 gorgeous rack cards that I've received actually today. So, very excited. So before we get into the cards and that for this week, I just wanted to say too, I meant to say last week, I just finished watching a show on Netflix called The Last Kingdom. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It's really, really good. I highly recommend it. I love making different styles of cards. Yes, and that one, it's a simple one, but doesn't that is so amazing. It's really got the wow factor. Hi Lisa, welcome. Hope you've had a really great week. So I'm going to put the camera down. I'm having trouble seeing through the dots. Let's put it down to the desk and I'll show you the other cards. So 1 second. And I'll just flip that camera around as well. Excellent. So hopefully that light's okay. Can't wait to get my new one. Hopefully it lasts longer than the other one because it didn't last very long at all. I think it lasted maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. Maybe I'm too rough on them. Hi Pam. Welcome. How's your week been? So the Sunday Facebook challenge this week was a landscape theme or a scenery card. And I've created on that, whatever that set is. I really I need to know that. And this is a gorgeous set, really cute card, very quick and easy to pop together. Head over to my to this post on Facebook. The girls have made some amazing cards. It's been, they've really done themselves a great service this week. It actually took them a little bit out of their comfort zone, so they said. So it's nice that we do something a little bit different every now and again. Pam's had a busy week. Well, that's no good. Hopefully you've gotten a lot done though. Tuesday's card was this one. I absolutely love this one. I was so proud of it. Crushed Curry card base and the Best Dressed Designer Series paper and suite, or the bundle. Really, really sweet card. And I normally don't use a lot of the crushed curry, but this just come together. I noticed there was a little bit of crushed curry in the designer series paper, and that's where I've paired it from. But super sweet card. I really, really like this one. Sandy really had to think. That's all right. We all like to do something a little bit different. My casing of the catalogue this week is this one here, another gorgeous Poppies card. This one is actually can be found on page 26, and another really simple card. I really wanted to do something that had some designer series paper, because I seem to hoard my designer series paper. I don't use it as much as I should, and I really wanted to find a card that I was casing from the catalogue that I was going to use some of that gorgeous paper. And this one is just so cute. So another really, really simple card. So you can check that out. They're both on my blog and YouTube channel. Just as a quick letting you know, tonight I'm part of a blog hop. So if you head over to my blog, this one here, tonight at 7, I'm taking part in the Ink and Inspiration blog hop for this month, and there's going to be some lovely cards there, but I have a really nice card to show you, so hopefully you can check that out. I will show you next week anyway, if you don't get a chance to pop over and have a look. Rectangle stitched. I don't think it is, Marion. The rectangle is actually a rectangle. That one's a different shape. Let me have a quick look, because now it's going to bug me. Does everyone have trouble remembering everything? I have a shocking memory. And yeah, I can't always remember everything. Stitched nested labels. That's what they are. A very nice die set too. Okay, so go over and check that at 7 p.m. tonight. Now, in the Stamping Up news, we have heaps and heaps to tell you. Annual catalogue goes live next Wednesday, the 3rd of June. So this one here, if you don't have a catalogue yet and you would like one, please let me know, especially if you're well, I've sent them all out to everyone who orders from me. They aren't in the next catalogue. Yes, they are. That set, that die set is in the next catalogue, because I actually looked it up in the catalogue. It's on page page 183. I think they might have reconfigured that set. That's why it was on the retiring list. I know with a couple of the dies they refigured the design a little bit. It's gone from different manufacturers, so they've changed the item number. That might be what you're thinking of, Deidre. I'm not sure if that's the same set, but there are a few that did retire that are in the next catalogue, or in this catalogue. So next Wednesday, 3rd of June, you can order from it. So excited, because as a demonstrator we were able to pre-order, but we're only allowed to pre-order a certain amount of things, so I'm really excited to be able to purchase anything I want out of the catalogue, so that's going to be really great. Last chance products, all the retiring products are still available. Some are still available. It was till stocks last, but you don't have very long. You've only got a few more days to get in and get any of those bargains that you're after before they do retire. Between the 3rd and the 30th of June, so when this catalogue goes live up until the 30th of June, Stamping Up are doing another starter kit promotion. Let me bring this in and show you. So for $169 you sign up to be a demonstrator, and you can either go out and do classes and be a demonstrator, a business demonstrator that way, or you can just sign up to get the 20% discount, the minimum of 20% discount for yourself, for your family, for your friends, and just be a hobby demonstrator or discount shopper. You're going to get a free pick a bundle. So whether it be a stamp set with a punch or a stamp set with a die set, you're going to choose one of those for free as part of your starter kit. So $169, you get to choose $235 worth of product. It's free shipping, you'll get business tools, all that sort of stuff, and yeah, it's a really great time to join. And I would love to have you on the Inky Stampers team if you're interested. So if there's any questions that you have that you would like to know, please let me know. Online store is going to be changing up very soon on the 3rd of June as well. So my online store, you'll notice a few different things if you're used to going on the online store. Some things are changing, staying the same, but check that out when it becomes live. Now, product shares. I did say this last week. I am doing the retiring list was confusing. It certainly was, Deidre, especially when they had bundles there retiring, but it was just the bundle number was retiring. So I know for new stampers that can be very, very confusing. So yeah, it's confusing for demonstrators too. So it's not everyone gets confused, but that's okay. So I'm doing product shares for this catalogue. I'm doing paper shares, ribbon shares and embellishment shares. I've done a blog post with all those details, so go and check that out. I also have a sign up form that you can go and sign up for either one of those 3 bundles. You can do 2 bundles or you can do all 3, and I have some really great deals if you're going to sign up for those bundles or for the product shares. So I'm really excited to be bringing those ones to you again this year. It's a great way to get a little bit of everything for a lot less price. You know, I think it's so much easier to get all the designer series papers, but you don't have to purchase all the packets. So with the paper shares, it's a quarter share, which will be in 6x6 form. I cut them down to 6x6. The ribbon share, you're getting a quarter of the ribbons in the share, and the embellishments are half a share, so you'll get half of each of the shares. Thanks, Jeanette. Sandy, you want to be in the share? Excellent. Not so much waste on DSP, especially if you hoard it, Marion, which I tend to do. Excellent. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything for anyone saying anything. One last thing, if you're ordering, you have till Sunday to use this host code here, because then I'll have another one for June. If you're purchasing through me and using that hostess code, it's the last few days to get this bundle, and this is the card, my card that's in the bundle. Here's some really wonderful inspirational ideas and cards for you. Now, if you're going to purchase anything from the Ornate Garden Suite, and I'll have this available when the catalogue goes live as well. So if you're purchasing anything from that suite, you'll get this 90 card tutorials as well, free as a free gift. You also get the handmade card that I create each month, and earning yourself some Inky rewards. So really great deals there for those. I think that's everything that I had to quickly tell you. I'm really excited to be doing our crafting today, but before I get started on that, let's bring in what we created last week. So this is what was created using that Witticisms stamp set. I'm giving away this card tonight, and I have the names here. Let's choose a name. Good luck, everyone. So all you need to do to go in the draw is just to leave a comment, give me a like, a thumbs up, a love, anything like that. Share the video, and you can do that either on the live now, watching the replay later on, or if you're over on YouTube, just leaving a comment there as well. Deidre, well done, Deidre. I'll have your address so I can send this one to you tomorrow. Congratulations. Excellent. I really love this card. So sweet. That's a really nice stamp set. It's a shame that it's retiring. Okay, so let me bring in the catalogue really quickly because I want to show you what we're creating today. And it's up to you guys how many. Excellent, Deidre. I'm glad you're happy. It's up to you guys how many cards that we create, but these are the 3 cards that I'm looking at doing tonight. So they are in note card form. because I can't show you anything in the catalogue, it's really nice to be able to do something on the front cover. This, as soon as I saw the catalogue, I knew I had to have this bundle. It is the lovely U bundle, and we're using the note cards and envelopes which come in a pack, so it's really economical. For a pack of 20 note cards and envelopes, they are $12.25 here in Australia, and you get 20 of them, so really great price point there. Let me bring in the stamp set and the die set. Oh, sorry, it's not a die set, it's a punch. It's this one here. Now, first off, we have this stamp set. I'll try not to get too much shine from the, okay, I'm fumbling my words, from the light. This one is really great because we have a great amount of little leaves and flowers in the images. And then look at this, all the sentiments are here. We have pretty much everything here. Lovely like typewriter font with some gorgeous handwriting. We had a couple of years ago a set like this with this sort of script. I loved it. I think I still have it, but I was really excited to see this set, and I've seen quite a few demonstrators around actually using this stamp set. Now, the bundle is this punch here. It has 2 different style punches on the ends, but you can put 3 different sizes of cardstock, so 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch and 1 inch in both sides. Let me bring in, I just quickly did it before I came on. I quickly just cut out or punched out some of those labels. So wouldn't they go really well with all those sentiments? Really pretty. So you've got quite a few different styles. Love it. And by purchasing it with the bundle, you're going to save yourself 10%, so that's a really great saving as well. Now, a little bit with the front cover, it's using a let me see, I did write it down. It's using something that we don't have yet, that we couldn't purchase. Postage stamp punch, I think it's called, and I can't see where I wrote it down. But this one here, because we're not able to purchase it yet, it wasn't on the pre-order. I don't have it. We also don't have the inks for the new ink colours, so they're just Jade, the cinnamon cider, and I think that's the only inks that I couldn't use. So, and the Artistry Blooms sequence, so these are the ones here. So I've changed things up just slightly, but if you've watched me normally and you see my case in the catalogue, sometimes I do that because I don't own everything. But let me bring in the first card that we're going to do, and I'm going to do all 3 if you're happy to stay with me while I craft. So this is the first one. So it is a note card size, a lot smaller, but really, really cute. So I have a note card, and I've got a matching envelope because we have to match the envelopes. So here we have the note card. I'm just going to pre-score. Now, one thing I will say about the note cards is they're not always fully scored in the middle. As you can see here, where it's already scored is not quite in the middle. So you've got to be careful at putting these to the side here before you use your bone folder, but easy enough to do. I have a little piece of Whisper White, and I'll put the measurements on my YouTube channel tomorrow if you're interested in creating any of these as well. No naked envelopes, absolutely not, Marion. So we have a little piece of Whisper White. Instead of the postage label punch, I've used, which works perfectly, the Stitch So Sweetly dies. I've just used these ones because, to me, I think they look exactly like the postage punch. And we also have a piece of the cinnamon cider, no, sorry, this is Bumblebee card. But we're using, instead of the cinnamon cider ink, we have, which I think goes really well with it, Cajun Craze. And instead of just Jade ink, I've swapped it out for Shaded Spruce. So those two colours work really well as replacements until the time being, and these flowers are stamped in the Blushing Bride. Hi Glenda, hi Sylvia, how are you both? Sylvia, sorry, how's the earthquakes? Bit late joining in, dinner time over here. That's okay. I've seen that you had quite a few earthquakes this week. I hope you're well. And Glenda, I'm glad that you've joined us. You actually won this card 2 weeks ago. So you just have to let me know your address and I can send that one to you. Okay, so I'm going to use this gorgeous little flower stamp, and I'm just going to randomly stamp all the way around that piece of Whisper White. Oh, you got the happy mail. Excellent. That's great. I love sending out the cards each week. And they don't just sit on my desk then. Although I do need to get a little bit better about my random act of kindness cards. That's something that I haven't quite worked into my schedule very well. So I've just randomly stamped all the way around. Beautiful. Now the next stamp we're using is this one here. It is like a leaf set. You like getting them. Everyone likes getting beautiful cards in the mail. I always have like a little bit of a happy dance every time I get a card in the mail. It's so nice. Using the Shaded Spruce instead of the Just Jade, we're going to quickly stamp that one in the middle. And I'm really surprised that these changeovers work so well in these cards. And then we have the sentiment on a piece of Bumblebee. Isn't that gorgeous? Yellow. Very close to the crushed curry, I think. And we're using the sentiment Just Because. Wrong one. This one here. So using that Cajun Craze. When everyone got their catalogues, did you love the front page? I fell in love. I just absolutely love this set. Makes your day instead of just bills, absolutely. And I think we get enough of those bills without getting any more. So I'm just going to create a banner on the end, chopping in the middle and then going from either side. Now we're also using this gorgeous thread, and this is part of a ribbon combo. So this one here, it's in the Forever Fernery suite. I actually wish we could just purchase this one on its own, because I'm going to go through so many of these bundles just for this gold thread. But this is really pretty as well. It's very, very soft, but I certainly won't use that as much as these. And all three cards are actually using this thread today. So I'm going to take that piece of Blushing Bride inked piece, and I'm just going around that piece, and I'm going to do a little bow on the left hand side. Now another really great thing about this thread is you can see the ends, it tatters really well, and you have nice little gold threads everywhere. Oh. Almost need 3 hands though. Okay. And I find if you're tying bows, it's really good if you tie them upside down. You could also tie it while it's not attached to the spool. That probably makes it a little bit easier. But I find I waste less this way, which is really important because I want every single centimetre of this gorgeous thread. I actually just pulled it apart then. And the sad thing is I can't cut this out. This is not a YouTube video that I can cut out my mistakes. Let's see if I can do a better job. Okay. I'm going to also bring in a glue dot just to secure that in that spot, and it'll stop it from actually coming apart as well. And we're going to use the mini glue dots, and I'm going to fold it over because it's a little bit too big just by itself like that. So let's just roll it over on top of each other. Oh, what was your tip, Jeanette? Make sparkly tassels, absolutely. Oh, sorry, Lisa. You're saying my tip. If you have trouble doing the bows, absolutely, doing them this way really does make a difference. Okay, and that's just going to keep it in that spot. So of course I'm going to use lots of dimensionals on these cards tonight. I'm going to pop up this piece. I even had my daughter say to me the other day that I use too many. But I don't think so. I think it's nice to keep the card nicely propped up. Jeanette and I love bows. A lot of people have trouble with bows. When I was doing card classes, the ladies used to really hate doing the bows. With our little pool party piece here, I don't know whether I said that was pool party before, we're just going to use some Tombow liquid glue and glue that down so it's not all popped up. So I need that up a little bit higher. There we go. But we are going to pop up that sentiment. Yep. So 3 little ones there. Good morning, Trisha. Lovely that you're joining us. What are your plans for today? Yeah, I think, Sylvia, it's a lot harder because it's so thin and hard to get hold of. And I think this is actually worse than, you know, like your baker's twine, baker's thread. So let's pop that down over the top. Look at all those tassels. So super cute. I'm also going to bring that Blushing Bride back in. I didn't stamp on the inside of that card, but I'm going to stamp on the inside of this one. And while I have it out, let's do the inside of this one. And then my envelope. And you can actually even stamp the flap of your envelope. Trisha's working at home. Hopefully you can craft later. I say make time for it, Trisha. It'll make your day be better. Okay, so that's our first card. So quick and simple. No, actually, let's go back a second because we've got some sequins on there. Now I found the woven threads sequins match really well with the Artistry Blooms sequins. So I think they match in well enough. So I'm going to grab a few of those out, and there's blues and pinks in here as well as almost clear. So we're going to go with those ones. And I will say I haven't used these sequins very much, so I'm glad that I'm getting a bit of use with these ones tonight. Ooh. The Take My Pick tool works picking sequins up really well, so I highly recommend this tool. Okay, so I've got 6 on here. I'm just going to put some liquid glue down, and we'll quickly, actually, I think I might go with 5 rather than 6. Should always be an uneven number or an odd number. It just really steps it up a notch with those sequins. And I'm using the sequins again in another card really soon as well. How cute is that? So I'm going to pop that one to the side because I don't want to, until those sequins dry, I don't want to knock any off. So that's the first card. Let's move on to the second card. So this one here. Very simple, it's one layer with the exception of this piece here. How does everyone stop their Tombow from drying out? You have to put the lid on, Lisa. I've found that it gets stuck inside and you've got to stick a pin down it or something. But if you, once you've popped it, the glue down, just stick your lid on. And if you actually hold it in a container when you're not in use, hold it upside down in a cup or whatever, that really helps to keep the ends not all glogged up. Okay, so really quick and easy card for this one here. I have Mint Macaron from the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and this is just another of the note card with the envelopes. I absolutely love the Tombow glue though. It's so strong and really holds down whether you're using boxes, any projects. None of my cards have ever fallen apart. I think the biggest problem when you're starting with this glue is making sure that you don't put too much on. It does seep out everywhere and gets really messy. My fingers always are sticky. So we're actually stamping it this way. Put the lid on, leave a pin in it and store it upside down. Always have trouble. Oh. Well, it wouldn't be the weather because you're near me, so I don't know. Does anyone else have that problem? I don't usually keep a pin in it. I only put the pin in if it clogs up. I don't know. That's interesting. Not good though. And we have our gorgeous little envelope. So for this card base, we are using the 2 inks, Soft Seafoam and Crushed Curry. With the sample, they use Soft Seafoam and Bumblebee ink. And the other difference is, let me see, they're also using the Artistry Blooms sequins on this card as well. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Crushed Curry ink. And we have these 2 stamp sets that we're using. So these ones here. And I'm just going to stamp Marion wipes her tip at the end of projects. Yeah. Well, sometimes it can get a little bit gluggy in the end. So if you just take that end bit off, that does help as well. It runs out. Is that because you use it, Sandy, or it physically runs out of your container? I don't know, ladies, that's having all sorts of trouble. Now, if you haven't seen the catalogue, you may not know that we've got new adhesives coming out with Stampin' Up. Yes, use it. Of course, Sandy. New adhesives coming out in the catalogue as well. A little bit like the snail, but we've retired the snail. And it's, they're actually saying that it'll be a little bit like more heavy duty. So we've got one that's for cardstock and DSP, and that's a little bit more like the snail that we had. And then we've got one that's a little bit more heavy duty that is good for sticking down cardstock, DSP, ribbon, and some embellishments. So that's really exciting. We haven't had really a look at it. We haven't had a chance to use it or try it. And we won't until the catalogue goes live 3rd of June. But that's really exciting. We've got so many new products, new tools and products coming out in the catalogue. There's a new die cutting machine and embossing machine, which is going to be fun. I don't know whether I'll be getting that straight away. I've got a big shot, and yeah, I think I'll just stick with that until I have too many problems with it. We're doing 2nd generation with the soft seafoam ink, so I'm just going to stamp off once and then come in. It's a lot lighter, as you can see, but I really like how light it is. If you don't like it quite that light, you could definitely just stamp straight down without stamping off. And I might actually just stick one up here because that'll peek over our sentiment. Using the shaded spruce for our sentiment. And for this sentiment, we have Wildly Grateful. Here we have it here. Just going to ink that up, popping it down in the center. These dies worked really well, they're stitched so sweetly. I think they were perfect. Okay, so I'm going to bring my twine back in again. And in the sample, they've actually wrapped it around, I think, 3 times. I'm being a little bit more non-generous because I don't want to use all my twine just on a couple of cards. So once again, I'm just wrapping it around once. I'm going to do a double knot. Jeanette doesn't use the shaded spruce much. Forgot about it. Yeah, I'm really not a green person except for Granny Apple Green. But the shaded spruce I do use Christmas time. I think it's a really great Christmas green. But yeah, I think it actually goes as close as I could get with just Jade that we have in stock now. So that's why I went with it. Just goes to show we can always substitute things, which is always nice. You can't own everything as much as we would love to, but definitely nice to be able to substitute. So we have our sentiment, and I'm just going to pop that up with some dimensionals. And then instead of sequins for this one, because there's no yellow sequins for in that woven threads sequin pack, I decided I would use rhinestones and bring in a Stampin' Blend and actually colour in the rhinestones, which is another really great way to create your own embellishments. The Stampin' Blend's an alcohol marker and they work perfectly on rhinestones and pearls. So it's a really great thing to have in your toolkit as well. So I'm going to just pop that down. So cute. Okay, so let's find my rhinestones. I thought I had them out. Okay. And I've used Mango Melody. I don't have crushed curry, but I have Mango Melody, and I'm using the dark. Lisa still loves Old Olive. Old Olive is a very nice Christmas colour as well. So these ones are going to be a little bit bigger because I used the smaller rhinestones on my other card, but we're just going to colour in. This gives us a really nice yellow. It's not so orangey. So we have 3. I usually like to leave that to dry a little bit, but it will be fine. Just going to pop 3 of those down on that card. My husband's just gotten home from work, and I'm super excited because we're having chicken curry with roti bread tonight. Yum. I think that's my favourite at the moment. I do change my favourites, but chicken curry is yum. Okay. That's those 2 there. And while I'm at it, I might as well bring in that envelope and just do that quick stamping so it's done. You're coming over, Marion? Absolutely. Soon enough you'll be able to. But I think I'll be over at your place eating at your place more often than you'll be over here. Okay. So cute. I love these samples. Next one. And the last one that we're doing tonight is this one here. Very cute. Oh, I just found my rhinestones, so we're under my kits. Jeanette, let me think. It's one from Woolworths, and it's a proper one. I'll have to get back to you. I actually don't do much cooking. My husband does most of the cooking in our house. Well, pretty much all the cooking in our house. He's a really good cook. It's a red curry paste. That's all I know, but it's the labels doesn't look like it's made in Australia, so if that helps a little bit. But I have to get back to you. It's really, really nice. It's taken him a little while to get that right flavour, but it's just perfect now. Tracy is no cook. I can cook some things. I did cooking all the way through school. I've just gotten lazy over the years because Adam likes to cook. So it's created me being lazy. So I have one of the stitched rectangle dies, and it's just a piece of Whisper White. You can use anything. It doesn't need to be stitched. It's just that I had this actually in my stash, and I'm using that as the base for all my pieces of scrap. So we have Blushing Bride, Just Jade, Pool Party, Mint Macaron, and Bumblebee. And one of these I think is supposed to be my sentiments. I think it must be that one. Okay. So I'm just going to add some tear and tape to this. I found it was easier. You could also use liquid glue. That would work as well. Just going to pop some of that down. And if you're using strips like this, I always find that it's easier to use a base piece. Okay. I'm not a fan of the green bases, Jeanette. I really like the red ones, but depends on your preferences, I think. It's funny because years ago I never even ate anything that had any heat to it, but now it's a go-to. I love anything with lots of flavour. So we have different measurements in each of our cardstock as well. So 1/4 for both the Pool Party and Blushing Bride, 1/2 inch for Bumblebee and Mint Macaron, and I believe the Just Jade is 7/8 of an inch, and it just measures across the note card here. So I'm just going to layer these ones down. This is a great way to use your scraps, and I've just taken these out of my scrap bin. I haven't cut these from big pieces of card at all, and this is a great technique to use with any scraps that you have. Okay, almost done. Scrap width, yep. Okay. Easy. Now I'm just going to turn it over and we're just going to chop that excess off. These would work at any width as well. You don't have to stick to those dimensions. Whatever you have in your bin. And before we stick that down, I'm going to bring in Rich Razzleberry ink, which is what they've used for the card on the front cover. And we're going to stamp, where is it? This one here, as well as this one here. And because we used this one earlier, I'm just going to use a baby wipe and get rid of that ink. Because Rich Razzleberry is a lot darker than what we used before in the crushed curry, it probably wouldn't have mattered, but I don't like to muddy up my ink pads at all. It is a really great card to use with scraps, and this is only a note card size, but you could definitely use it in a normal size card as well. So we're just going to stamp this all the way around. I think that might be enough. Rich Razzleberry's been around for a long time. I love it. Okay. Doesn't that look good? So pretty. So we're going to just layer this one down onto the note card with some Tombow glue. And that stitched rectangle is actually bigger than the note card base. So I'm just going to, once I've glued that down, just cut off that excess on the side. And sometimes it's easier to make your piece that little bit bigger. There's nothing worse than showing a bit of white on the side of your card. Okay, lastly, our sentiment that says love is what makes us family. The sentiment here, we're going to use, once again, the shaded spruce instead of Just Jade. Has anyone changed their favourite in colour yet to what they first thought that they liked the most? I was really sad to see the last set of in colours go, but I'm really happy with these colours too. I just like that the other ones were so bright. I love the bright rainbowy colours that we had. Again, we're using the twine, and this time we're going to just create a little lasso loop. So I've just gone around some fingers. Whoop. So how's everyone coped this week? I've noticed things are starting to open up, which is really great. I'm going to pop in a little bit of tear and tape just to secure that thread down. There we go. That keeps one side down. I'm going to bring in some dimensionals and stick down the rest. Yep. You can play with your thread just a little bit. You like the bright colours as well. Not sure where cinnamon cider fits with the other bright ones this year. Yeah, it's a lot like Cajun Craze too, like from what I can tell. So it'll be interesting to see. I think it'll be really great for autumn or fall cards. But it's probably, I don't use Cajun Craze a lot, so it's probably going to be a little bit like that for me. I won't use too much of it. Does anyone use Cajun Craze? Okay. You're still moving your craft room, Pam. Oh, does it create a lot of mess? I don't think I could handle moving my craft room now. Macaron, you're losing Target, will need to travel from Manchester and close. I did see that Target was bought out by Kmart, and some of them were getting changed over to Kmart, but not so for Casino. That's no good. Doing the woven thread sequence for this one as well. You won't have to worry too much, Macaron, because Target here in Bendigo is staying. So you'll be right. Okay, so we're just going to bring, I need some of the whitey pink colour. Sort of a white, but then on an angle it looks pink. And I'm going to do 5 of these ones as well. I think this is the most amount of sequins I've used from this packet. I love sequins, but I don't tend to use them probably enough. Okay, I need a little one. Finding lots of treasures. Fun. That should give you lots of ideas then, Pam, if you're getting lots of treasures. It's nice to find treasures. So I'm just going to pop a few of these down. What's your biggest treasure that you found? Sylvia says, I only visit Target when I'm in Australia with my daughter. No Target anywhere near me here in New Zealand. Oh no. What do you have over there then, Sylvia? Do you have Kmart? Target is very good for clothes. I wonder if Target was having problems before the coronavirus. Not good. You wish you had a craft room, Jeanette. Huge collection of punches. You have to find a way to use your punches alternatively. Different ideas, I mean, for the same punch. And I've got a bit of rich razzleberry down here. Oops. Must have had it on my finger. Not good. Excellent. So that's that one. That's that card. And I need another envelope. for this one. Oh, okay, Targets and Kmart's here, but you live in a rural town. My husband is ex-defence and we moved around a lot. And probably our most remote posting was up in the Northern Territory. And it was funny because they had a Target there, but it was a smaller Target, like a Target country. But it was funny because a lot of the military families all wore the same clothes because really that was the only clothing shop in the town. You had to go from Katherine up to Darwin to do proper shopping, which was a 4-hour travel. Like, you used to go up there once every few months because it was just so expensive and so long to get there. But it was always funny that so many people wore the same clothes because that's all you had. Pam had one specially built outside, but it's either too hot or too cold and you can't go out to craft at midnight. Well, that's no good. And that would be a problem, too hot or too cold. Yeah, because summer can get hot and winter's too cold to be sitting. I find like I have in my craft room part of the evaporative, but it still gets hot in summer, and in winter I have no heater. It comes from the lounge room, but it's still cold. But it's okay. I still get in here and craft. I just find that if I'm sitting down, I put a blanket on and I'm always rugged up. It's nice to have an area though. I'd hate to... do you just get your stuff out, Jeanette, and then pop it all back? See, I don't think I could do that. That would drive me insane. So these were the cards that we created today. I hope that you will look at this bundle. It is gorgeous. And there's so many wonderful designs inside the catalogue, which I'm doing Casing the Catalogue again with my change up on YouTube and my blog. So I'm really excited with that. And I'll definitely be doing another casing from this stamp set bundle as well. The men do complain. He has a nice big room. Okay, well, yeah, thanks so much for everyone for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed today's cards, or tonight's cards. I can't say enough about this set. I'm really excited to place my order on next week on the 3rd, but I was really excited to be able to get this one in the pre-order. It's a really great catalogue, isn't it? Very, very cute. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. You're in the corner, Jeanette. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Thank you, Glenda. Excellent. All right, well, Glenda, don't forget, you need to get in touch with me either on Messenger or on my... what's that? Send me a message, either an email or a message on Messenger. That'd be really great, and I'll send you that card tomorrow. Deidre, I'll also send you your card tomorrow, so look for that in the post. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. I can't wait to see you all again next week, and until then, have a wonderful night. See you later. Oh, the shares. Sorry, Sandy. If you go over to my blog, there's a blog post with all the shares listed there, and there's also a sign-up form. So once you tell me which one you want, I'll actually send you a PayPal invoice, and we'll go from there. So you can just message me if you don't want to sign up for the share, and just let me know which one you want once you've looked at my blog. That'd be fine too. All right, everyone, stay safe and have a nice night. Bye-bye.